stop the all nothing mentality in 2025. Hey team, and welcome to this week's episode of the Inspired Show, our first one after Christmas. So I hope you all had an amazing Christmas, spending time with loved ones, friends and family, making amazing memories. As always, before we delve into today's episode, if you've not done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay updated with every single episode. Don't forget to give this a big thumbs up if you enjoy it, and don't forget to share it with somebody that may benefit as well. And let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Don't forget, you can also look at all our other social media pages using the links down below, where we post content every single day on helping people become the best version of themselves, physically as well as mentally, plus access to our exclusive community down below as well. In this week's episode, we're going to be speaking about the all or nothing mindset and mentality that stops people making real change. And this is something that a lot of people will really struggle with as we move into the new year, because a lot of people fall into the old trap of new year, new me. And what actually happens is it becomes overwhelming, it becomes challenging, and by the time we get to mid-January, early February, everything's fallen by the wayside. So in today's episode, we're going to go through a step-by-step process to help you drop the all nothing mentality and actually start adding habits and behaviors that are going to be long-lasting, reduce overwhelm, and help you make sustainable lifestyle change. So in order to do this successfully, the best thing for you to do is go and grab yourself a pen and a paper. So hit pause on this right now and grab yourself a pen and a paper. Now with your pen and paper, what I want you to do is I want you to put a line right down the middle. On one side of the paper, I want you to write down habits I want to introduce in 2025. On the other side of the paper, I want you to write down habits I want to stop doing in 2025. And what I want you to do is take the next 5 or 10 minutes, press pause if you want to, or come back to the video later on and write down all these habits. So with the habits you want to introduce, it could be a variety of different things. So let me give you a few examples. It could be drinking more water. It could be doing a stretching routine when you wake up. It could be making sure that you have a piece of vegetables or salad with each and every meal. It could be that you go to bed at a certain time. It could be that you implement a strength training regimen a couple of times a week. It could be that you walk instead of using the car for certain tasks. It could be that you do a bit of mindfulness every single day. Make the list relevant to the habits and behaviors that you want to introduce to 2025 that you know are going to help you move forward in the right direction and ultimately become that best version of yourself. I then want you to do the same on the habits that you want to stop doing in 2025. And again, here are a few examples. It could be to stop saying yes to everything and everyone. It could be to stop procrastinating when you've got your tasks. It could be to stop writing an endless to-do list that you never get through and just write down 3 at a time. It could be stop mindlessly going on your phone 30 minutes before going to bed. It could be using alcohol as a way to de-stress at the end of a busy week. It could be to stop smoking. It could be to stop having coffee before you hydrate in the morning. Again, list them all down. What you then want to do is go through each list and you want to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 with how easy they're going to be to implement. 1 being very, very difficult to implement and 10 being very easy to implement. And do it for each behavior that you want to add in and each behavior that you want to reduce. And you're going to have a variation of different things. Some are going to be quite easy to implement and might be like an 8, a 9 or a 10. Some are going to be quite difficult. There might be a 1, a 2, a 3 or a 4. But go through them thoroughly and be realistic with that. Once you've got that in play, you've then got a list of behaviors that you want to add in, rated on a scale of 1 to 10, from easiest to hardest to implement, and the same with the habits that you want to reduce in 2025. And then what I want you to do, instead of focusing on the whole list, as a lot of us make the mistake of doing when we start again in the new year, I want you to pick 1 habit to introduce and 1 habit to stop doing. Now, we want to build up quick wins, quick momentum and confidence in ourselves. So I want you to start off with the easiest ones, the ones that have a score of 10 out of 10. So for example, on your list of things to introduce, you might have marked down drinking more water on a day-by-day basis, a 10 out of 10. Pretty easy, pretty simple to introduce. So that's going to be your habit that you start to add in this week. You then look at the ones that you want to stop, and you might say, well, Pairing it with one I've already started is I'm going to make sure I have a glass of water before I have a coffee first thing in the morning, and that might be a 10 out of 10 of easiness to do. So what you then do is for the next 7 to 14 days is you focus solely on those habits. Now, don't get me wrong. If you eat a little bit better, you move a little bit more, you get to bed early, they're a bonus, but don't put any pressure on yourselves to do that, okay? Just focus on the 2 habits that you've picked, the one to introduce, the one to stop. Now, after the first 7 days, ask yourself, honestly, how well have I done? Have I stuck to these habits? If you have, absolutely incredible. Ask yourself, again, be honest with yourself. How confident am I on a scale of 1 to 10 that I can carry these on without even thinking about it? If you're anything than less than 8 out of 10, then I would focus the next 7 days on those 2 habits again. And once you nail them for at least 14 days, go back to your list and then pick another 2. Okay, and then you follow that format every 1 to 2 weeks, but you only add another one in once you feel confident you've nailed the habits that you've implemented. And what you're doing then is just stacking up the habits over the course of the year. So even if you had one habit that you reduced and one habit that you introduced once a month over the course of the year, that's 12 new habits that are going to positively impact your life and 12 bad habits that you've removed that are going to positively impact your life. Now, this reduces overwhelm, reduces stress, and allows you to start making lifestyle change. And for anybody thinking, well, I want to get to my goals a lot faster than a year, think about how long you've actually struggled. It's probably been years and years and years. So actually taking a good 6 to 12 months to actually focus on building habits and reduce the habits that don't serve you are going to be a game changer for you. So let me know in the comments if you found this helpful. If you did, I'd love to know. And don't forget to hit the share and hit the subscribe button as well.